excited to talk about weight loss and relationships. So, I remember telling you guys I had a story about losing 50 pounds, and it was very interesting how I came to that realization, desire to do so. I had lost 50 pounds, and I'm going to, of course, in the description, I will put a whole bunch of YouTube, a whole bunch of Instagram people that you can follow that helped me in my journey. And I found a really easy keto one today as well. I am back on the diet. I since veered off the path. Just kidding. Oh, but I did lose 50 pounds, so I will still help you with that because I'm losing weight again. So I think we all know what that's like. And I will put my before and after picture as a part of my video as well, so that you can kind of see the, oh my gosh, weight loss journey. And then I will talk about relationships for a little bit, because I felt strongly that you need to really be with someone that makes you happy. It's important to be with someone who makes you happy. And that doesn't have to be someone that makes your parents happy. Okay? Now, when I say that, I'm talking about cultural and traditional things. I'm talking about culture. I'm talking about tradition. Because it is traditional for a woman to be married before the age of 30 to 31, 35, 30. It's traditional. And in our society, there's a lot of pressure for a woman to get married at 30, at 25 or 26, 27. It starts hitting near 30. She gets a lot of pressure. And that's just in any society. Honey, who you're dating. You know what I mean? You've been out of college for like 6 years now. Your career is either taking off or not taking off. You need to find somebody. It seems to be the priority in life. Even in Christian life, seems to be a priority, because women are supposed to procreate, right? So, because we have a reproductive system. So, and we were created to be, we were taken out of man. So there's like all these like intense pressure to be what we were so-called meant to be, right? But even in the Bible, it says that some are meant to be single for the rest of their life. Yeah, if one could accept it. And I'll find that scripture. I'm not making it up, I promise. And it's so hard to be accepted by your family. And it's hard to feel accepted by your family when you're not married or in a relationship. And it's so hard for people to not bring it up at family gatherings, because everyone else is married or has kids and you don't. So you just look like the odd one out, or the black sheep, or maybe you have a secret. Maybe you're gay. Like there's all these things that swirl around a single 30-year-old woman, or a single 29-year-old woman, or a single 28-year-old woman, or 27. Holla if you hear me. Okay. I definitely feel strongly that it is not their choice. It is not up to them when you get married. It is not up to them. I know they have a dream in the night, and the vision in the night, and a dream that they want their grandkids to happen before they die. But guess what? You have to live with that person that you choose. So I would take some real good time in figuring out why you're with the person you're with. Are y'all actually happy? Did that happen, because you guys actually enjoy each other? Or are you still in a bad relationship because everyone loves the fact that you're in a relationship? And that is a very tempting thing. When everyone loves that you're in a relationship and you're not happy in the relationship, it's so hard to explain to people you're not happy. Because they're like, oh my God, but you found someone. And oh my God, that's such a small problem. And really? And no, it's not a small problem. If whatever it is, it's a problem. It's a problem. If it's a problem big enough for you to be like questioning whether you should be in a relationship with this person, please pray about it. And please tell the person about it. And don't just coast and just take it, especially if you're not married, you know? Don't take it because, man, like, I do have a personal situation where I was in a relationship where I wasn't happy, and even the people around me knew I wasn't happy. You know, they were beginning to see different behaviors that showed I wasn't happy. But not only but they, in the beginning, I was so pressured to find someone, you know, and also I had also put pressure on myself. See, they stopped, you know, they stopped putting pressure on me when they saw I wasn't happy, but I wanted to be with someone so bad that I put pressure on myself to be in that relationship. And eventually the relationship just ruined my life and all these other things. And I got out, thank God. And now I'm here, wonderful, happy, delivered, amen. But it took me realizing that I wanted everything. You know, I wanted everyone to be happy that I'm in a relationship after how many years. I wanted to be happy in the relationship. I wanted to be, you know, not have to deal with loneliness anymore. I wanted acceptance, and I wanted to serve God, and I wanted to be at church, and I wanted my church to love whoever I'm with, and them to be happy that I'm in a relationship. But at the end of the day, all of that didn't matter. My peace is what really mattered, and my happiness is what really, truly mattered. And, you know, I had a really good friend and good leaders in my church that really wanted me to be happy, and they could see visibly that I wasn't happy. And I continued to make excuses for this person, and I continued to stay in it, even though it was torture. It was miserable. It was only good 2 weeks after that it became torture, miserable, you name it. And I guess the pressure of not being with anyone, and I was like determined this year has to be the year, but it doesn't have to be. And it took me this long to really realize it really doesn't have to be this year. And that people don't have to be happy that I'm in a relationship for me to be happy as well, because I don't need validation in that way. I don't need that kind of validation. I don't need the validation that, okay, I'm in a relationship, everyone's happy that I'm in a relationship. But then comes the pressure of learning how to cook, learning how to clean, you know, learning how to take care of yourself as a woman, losing weight, making sure you don't lose your man, and all this other stuff that comes with that. And all I wanted to do was do the will of God, you know, and I would have been happy, but I guess there was something always nagging at me that had nothing to do with anybody, that I wanted to be in a relationship with someone. I wanted someone to be with me and be my best friend. And it's no coincidence that I lost my best friend like right before it happened. So I guess what I'm trying to say, it's a roundabout way of saying this is my fault and not the pressures of society. But it could be, it is also the pressure of society, because what woman at 30 wants to be single? Just in general, just be real with yourself. I know deep people want to say, all I need is Jesus. I know y'all want to say that. All I need is God. I don't need that. Like, okay, cool. Great. Good for you. When we're being, for people who want to be honest with me, who really wants to be alone at 30. When you're 25, would you picture yourself being single at 30? No. Okay? That's how long it's been, guys. Okay? So when you're 26, do you picture yourself? No. When you're 27, do you picture? No. When you're 28, no. When you're 29, no. So it has nothing to do, it does have something to do with social pressure. It has something to do with pressure that, and you just want to be with a mate. It's not evil, okay? But you got what I'm stressing in the video, my whole purpose of talking is, please learn from my mistakes, guys. Like, I'm not ashamed to tell you I made a mistake. Please learn from my mistakes. Look, cut all the pressure out and think, like really think, you know, is this in alignment with my destiny? Yes, we're talking about supernatural. We're talking about the Holy Spirit. We're talking about God. Is this in alignment with my destiny? And I know some people are like, that does not matter. It will matter when you're a housewife and you're stuck with kids and you have never fulfilled your destiny. It will matter. Trust me. You think it won't matter, but it will. You're like, man, I wanted to be an artist. Now I have to take care of these kids. And there's ways to do that with kids. I know there's wonderful single moms that do it, and I'll post links about it. But the whole point is, man, like, this pressure to be with someone because you just seem abnormal in society for not being with someone. Do you ever picture yourself at 40 single? Think about it. And if you say that you're cool with that because you had a bad relationship, that can only last for so long before you say you want someone. You just got to go to a wedding and all that gets cut off. All that little I don't want to be with anybody gets cut off real quick when that guy's crying while he's seeing them sing Here Comes the Bride. Tell me the truth. It's not simple, right? Because the truth of the matter is being single has its blessings and it has its struggles, right? Because it's better to marry than to burn, right? So, I guess I'm being transparent this way because there are certain things I wanted by 30, but I don't know that my life would have ever turned out any different, honestly, because I wanted this for so long and I was so pressured for so long. Part of the reason why I was single most of my life with Christ because nobody in my church ever pressured me about that. None of my best friends ever pressured me about relationships. No one ever pressured me about it. And I was free from that concern. I was free from that worry. I was free from that ability and that stuff. I mean, they would make jokes about it, like one day you'll know what this is in Casse or things of that nature, but there was no pressure. There was no what's wrong with you, why aren't you dating? There was none of that, right? And I will never mention or talk about anyone who has said that to me. No one. I'm not judging anybody. I love everyone. I'm just saying that word, those questions can hurt the heart and make you feel like I need to review this part of my life or reevaluate this part of my life. And I'm like, you know what? If I have to reevaluate my whole life every time somebody has a question, then I'm not secure in myself and I need to work on self-care and I need to start looking and thinking, what does Nkese really want? Because if I'm getting tripped up by questions and statements about when I get married or not, I'm clearly not content in who I am. I'm not content with just being with Nkese, just hanging with Nkese, just being around Nkese. That's what being single is. You hanging with yourself. You chilling with yourself. You chilling with your friends. You're being a blessing to others. You're able to be used by God powerfully because you don't have the pressure of coming home and cooking dinner and taking care of children. No offense to those who have that pressure. But you do have that ability to spend that alone time with God. It could be 14 hours, 12 hours with the Lord. And you don't have to worry about being selfish because you don't have a husband or you don't have anybody calling on you saying, hey, where you at? You know what I'm saying? If you need that day to yourself with God, you can have it. But when you're with someone, that gets cut off because they need you, right? And I mean, if they're real cool, maybe you can still do that. You know what I mean? But not all the time, right? And that makes sense, especially with newlyweds, I'm sure. But for me, I want to be able to just be like, okay, this is not about social society. This is not about social pressure. This is not about the fact that I'm 30. This is not about the fact that I haven't been with someone in a while. It's not about that. You know what it's about? It's about my destiny. It's about my future. It's about what I want. And if I compromise what I want in a person because everyone's happy that I'm with someone, because I'm aesthetically with someone, then, it's not worth it. My peace was so worth it. When I was finally out of that crazy relationship, my peace was so worth it. It was so worth it. Yes, I cried. I felt something for the person. But I was so happy to finally be done with it. Because I realized I was going after all the wrong things. When I was out of it, I could finally think and talk to God and really say, what was I doing all that for? What was I doing that for? Who was I doing that for? And why did I think that they wanted that for me? Because I started to wake up and realize them wanting me to be with someone wasn't the reason why it went bad. Them wanting me to be with someone was just a personal desire in their hearts for me. But when they saw I was unhappy, they were like, no, don't be with this person. Those people were there for me as well. So sometimes you gotta check it out for yourself. You gotta really think to yourself, is this the right relationship, or am I in it because everybody's happy? Am I in it because I think I can change him? Am I in it because I believe he'll change if I pray? You know, prayer is very powerful, but if you gotta pray for someone to change, y'all need to take a break. Y'all need to take a break. For real. If you're constantly, every night, praying for this person and they're showing no change, you need to take a break. I'm not talking about married couples. I'm talking about singles who date. I'm not talking about married couples. Y'all should be praying for each other already. Y'all should be getting counseling. There's resources for you. I don't agree with divorce, but I mean, again, there's resources. Talk to your pastors and leaders or your psychiatrist or whoever you speak with about those kind of things. But I'm talking about singles who date. Take a break. Get alone with yourself. And if you're happier with yourself, well, you should always be happy with yourself, but if you're happier with yourself and this person is taking away your happiness by just opening their mouths and talking about whatever, and y'all have this consistent, you need to take a break and you need to really evaluate. You need to pray and you need to fast. You need to pray and you need to fast. You do. Or you need to talk to someone with authority and tell them about this relationship, and then they can give you perspective on it. I thought I could do my relationship without authority. That was another problem. Doing relationships without authority. Doing the relationships without accountability. That was another one of my problems. But it was one of the things I wish I had saved myself from. I would have saved so much time and money. I mean, really. I'm a giving person. I'm a generous person. So I didn't just lose time, from myself. I lost money. Because I was generous when they were hurting, when they were needing help with things. But it went too far, guys. It went too far. And I know there's women out there that have been in a situation. I don't know if you want to come out and be honest in the comments, but you can. I'm a woman of God. I will pray with you. I will listen to your story. I will hear you out. I'm not a relationship counselor, okay? But one thing is for sure. I will listen to you, and if you're not happy, you need someone to tell that to. You need to tell someone that if this person that you're with is not listening to what you're upset about, if they're not willing to do anything about it, if they continuously have no change, and it's like you losing money and you supporting them and you having to hide things from your family, and they telling you to lie for them. They telling you to co-sign, buy a car for them, pay their rent, and then they tell you, don't tell anybody that you did that for me. They're using, if they're using your driver account, let me know if that's you. If they're having you do strange things, please tell someone. I mean, this video is basically like I don't want to say PSA because that might be the wrong word, but this video is basically like, if you need help, say something. Because relationships can drain you, guys. If you're not telling anyone because you want to make this person look good because of the social society, and you want to look aesthetically happy with someone, and you're really not, and you're taking all the pretty pictures, and he's super gorgeous and he's super attractive. They are always attractive, guys. These men are always attractive. That's why we think it's worth it. But it's not. Wake up. It's not worth it. Wake up. I had to wake up. I had to have a real deep heart-to-heart with my leaders and with God. I had to wake up. I had to have a deep heart-to-heart with my family and wake up. And it hurts even saying it. But I was like, yo, if this could help somebody, then I'll mention it. Because I'm a life coach, but I also get very real with my clients, and they tell me things that are personal. And if they had not met me, they would not be able to traverse through the situation. But now they have someone who can support them and guide them through it, who has been through it. I can relate to you. I'm on this side of happiness. I'm on this side of self-care and self-discovery and knowing who I am in my design, because I went through those situations. And you don't have to go through with like me. But if you're in it, it's not too late to come out of it. And I know sometimes you feel like maybe it is, but it's not. So as far as the weight loss goes, well, I'll be quick because it took forever on the relationship thing. The weight loss thing. Well, for my weight loss, I lost weight in 2020 during the pandemic. Can you believe it? During the pandemic, I lost weight. I was doing Instacart shopping as my workout, basically. And I did keto. It was the best thing for my lifestyle at the time. I was working 10 hours, not 10 hours a day, but 10 hours for 10 hours, 4 days a week, plus Instacart. So, and plus all my days off. So we're looking at like a 50, 60 hour, 80 hour week plus weekends. So basically I was working super duper hard and I was doing keto. I decided to do keto because I love food. That is the short answer for why I chose keto. And they let you eat bacon, meat, eggs, cheese, and all that's good stuff, except for bread and all that stuff. No starches, no bread, and nothing white. So that does not include salt. You can have salt, but there's so many other seasonings than salt, but you can have salt. And you can intermittent fast as well to kickstart it. That is what I did to kickstart it. Drinks lots of water, get you some keto vitamins. Some people complain about the keto flu or whatever. I didn't have that, but you will get fatigue because you're starting a new diet your body's not used to. Please eat some fruits, like healthy fruits. You can have all the berries, no mangoes, no sugary fruits. From what I remember, no mangoes. You can have oranges, no mangoes. You can have berries, citrus. I believe you can have watermelon. But stay away from high carb veggies and fruits, and sugary fruits because it will mess up your ketosis. And I can put a little description on there for ketosis if I do not remember to put that there because I told you I would put all these links out. Also, a tip for the relationship situation. A good tip is, if you're struggling being single, Miles Monroe has this amazing teaching on singleness, and it really blessed my life. It really did. Another thing is a good tip for relationships is join a church. Please join a church. You can join mine if you want to, or you can join another one, or just, watch it on Facebook Live. You know what I mean? Get connected to the Holy Spirit is my suggestion. And make sure that you are making healthy choices for yourself and that you're not trying to be accepted by society when it comes to relationships. Be with someone because really you guys like each other. Because really you guys work well together. You guys are having the same goals. You're moving towards the same things. You guys are educationally sound at the same level, and you would think that that's not a thing, but it's a thing. Like it can bother you when your person or partner doesn't quite understand simple terms and simple colloquialisms, not colloquialisms, but if they don't have the same sense of humor as you, it's going to be kind of hard. If they don't really, know certain things that you should know and be educated upon, that's going to be hard, right? Like if they've never done their taxes, that's a problem. If they're like 20 years plus and they don't know how to do their taxes, run away. Okay, that means they haven't done their taxes for years and they're probably owing the IRS. Okay, that's just tidbits. Again, this is from my personal experience. I'm not a relationship coach, so don't come, coach me, because no, I will coach you for your personal and self-development and your obstacles in your business, obstacles in your life, and to get you back on track with your goals. But I am not a relationship coach, okay? But I will listen to you. If it's an obstacle, we can work on it, but it's not going to be the main focus. So with the weight loss, 22 carbs a day. I think 35 is the highest I believe you can go. Do not quote me on that. But the lower you go, the more likely you are to lose weight quicker. So I would not start off at 35 carbs a day. That's a little intense. But if you want to see results, it's got to sacrifice. You know what I mean? You can do 22 carbs, 24 carbs. Look, if you need the 35 for your weight, it's per your weight. Please do it. I don't want you to die. I don't want you, in case they told me. No. Okay. But I told you I would send you links for that. That's easy. Instagram. Just send it to you. It's not a problem. So, that being said, I lost 50 pounds. I'm going to put a picture so you can see how that happened. It was in 3 months that I lost the weight. And I was traveling all the way from LA to DC while doing it, from, San Antonio to LA. So I'm really excited to share this, guys, with you, because I feel strongly that you guys can know me. It's okay for you to know me. So, sorry, I'm hearing noises. That's why I'm looking around. Sorry. So I hope that you love the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, because I know this video was heavy and probably pretty long. So, but thank you so much, and you have a great day. Be blessed. And look at my link at keto.com